Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Just a few things. I don't have a video for making these, but they're pretty easy. This is like the floating rock. Just get some chain, and basically what I did is the bottom is basically a lid from a canned goods, like a can of beans or a can of peas or whatever. It's just the lid for the can, and it's a 3x3 square basically. But what I did here was I hot glued the chain links together and put a little bit of grass cover on it that I made just like the sawdust. This is out of tea leaves, and it even smells good. And I use like some craft sticks for like stakes, like holding the chains down. On this side I have the vine, the wire vines you buy for like making up plant arrangements and stuff, and I just ran it through the chain, and I actually stuck it in the side of the rock, which is just a foam ball, and I cut it up, sort of made it more not perfectly round, and just painted it. And while the paint was still wet, I sprinkled some of the flock on there to make it look like it's growing some grass or mold or something, and I just stuck that wire inside the rock. So that's what mainly is holding it up. And this is sort of keeping it straight a little bit because the hot glue makes this stiff on each chain link. I put a little bit of hot glue, and that keeps it to where it's not twisting around. And this one I just made loose because it looks like it's more like pulling this way, so there's going to be a little bit of looseness in this chain. And then I just got some, this is that grass rope for like making flower arrangements on it. I just glued it together and cut it and bent it up. And then this is just your fake grass you can find in places. So that was really easy to do. It took maybe 45 minutes, I guess, all in all. Another thing, I did this little treasure trove. Around Halloween, I got these little skulls. And then I have other skull beads from necklaces that I cut out and cut off, and some little bones that were on the necklaces. And I just painted them an ivory color and glued the big skull on the middle. Got them little plant gems or fish tank gems. Glued the bones and the heads all around. And so it could, like, maybe this is a giant's head. I put some diamonds in the eyes and placed a couple diamonds around, some ruby gems that you can get. And then I just put a black wash spray. I had a little spray bottle that I make my own little black wash in. Like I can thin spray it on there and just let it dry. And it's all hot glued down, hot glue base. Put a little bit of rough rock underneath in case you see it. But this is a larger canned goods bottom here. And if you put it on a grid, it's 4x4. So if you're looking for bases, everybody buys canned goods. Just the top of your canned goods you get, just clean it up and you got you a base. So you got you a 4x4 on a large can, and on the small regular cans, it's a 3x3. So they make good cheap bases that you're going to probably buy anyway. But the other thing I made, and I do have a little bit of video of how I did these, I'll show you here in a second. Just little odd plants. It's basically made out of hot glue wire and foam balls. This has actually got some glow-in-the-dark paint on it. I tried to show on the video, but it just doesn't pick up it's not enough light from the glowing to pick up on the camera. But if you do turn down the lights, it does glow a little bit. And the more glowing paint you put on there, probably the more it would glow. I just sort of lightly did. I didn't put too terribly much. But this is just all hot glue. If you got your players going to like the feywild or feyworld and you want some crazy maybe plants around, this will be some good scatter for where they're at. Maybe if they got some kind of battle scene going on and you want to just put some scatter around and make it look sort of like a feywild place or the fey realm, brightly colored weird plants and stuff like that. But I got the video of how I made these, and you can watch that. But you can do anything, any kind of weird stuff with hot glue. Here's some other things I made. This is just hot glue. Just put it on there, holding it upside down, making a bunch of strings, pulling it off, painting a green and teal mix. Just some kind of crazy plant design maybe that could be there. Here's another thing I just made with marbles and hot glue. Just hot glue the marbles together and have the hot glue drip off of them, like maybe an ooze or a slime or just moss. You can actually, after you do it, put some glue on there, some PVA glue, and then sprinkle some flock on there to give it more of a growthy look, like a moss. But just different little things to have around for scatter if they're going to the Fey world or something like that with fairies, or maybe a crazy, bizarre type planescape. But anyway, I'll show you the video how they made these two. And just remember, just be creative with hot glue. I mean, you can do all kinds of weird and wacky stuff that sometimes comes out pretty neat. All right, hey, thanks for watching. Give me the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, share with your friends, let them know about my channel. And I will talk to y'all later. The table calls. Keep gaming.